What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Wait, hold up. What's good, YouTube? It's YvngTads back with another video. This time we're reacting to Tommy G investigating America's richest pastor. I've never heard of this man a day in my life. So, just gonna jump straight into it. Everything I react to is live on my Twitch channel, though. Link down below in the description. I'm gonna hit that follow for your boy. Dang, he actually does look like the thumbnail, though. I thought this was like a fake thumbnail, bro. He really do look like that. Ugh. Alright, let's get into it.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Oh, shit. Hold up now. Oh, dang, I cussed already, bro. Anyways, hold up. This is crib? That's his crib?
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
Yo!
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
No one's ever seen this. This is his original presentation to raise money.
Rival capital of the world.
I think he started with
God.
business, but I think power and money went to his head.
He'll do that to you. He'll do that to you for real. Here's a compound.
Kenneth Copeland is one of the darkest.
Bro, Tommy just be finding the random stuff in the world, bro. Whoever his plug is, bro. What do you mean?
I've ever come across.
Damn, it's in Texas, bro.
Now, where's that badge, just by the way? Off the property. You want to see this? Off the property. Look, you're being flash your gun.
In that
up now.
magnificent name, the name of Jesus. Amen.
Hold up now. We're using God for money now, bro.
Kenneth
The world's so
Copeland, you
corrupt.
might recognize him for his interview on Inside Edition.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
He's the guy that
Yo, somebody come get that grandpa, bro. That nigga's scary.
claimed to defeat COVID-19.
COVID-19?
What?
To defeat COVID.
Beings are demons.
No,
What'd he
I
say?
do not. And don't you ever say I did.
He's the guy that claimed to defeat COVID-19.
COVID-19?
He speaks in tongues, and he claims he will live to 120.
I will live and preach this gospel till I'm 120 years old.
And he's
This
no
a cult,
joke.
bro?
And would you know, folks, that Kenneth Copeland is America's richest pastor, with estimates of his net worth ranging wildly from $300 million to nearly $1 billion.
Ew. Why ain't nobody tell me about him?
And today, we're diving into a series of disturbing
300
allegations
mil?
concerning Copeland and his church,
1
Eagle
bill?
Mountain Ministries. Allegations like that he allegedly used church donations to build a private oil empire
God.
that rakes in millions. That he promised his donors a Christian retirement community, but instead, all that money allegedly went to things like this. So we flew to Dallas, Texas to
Shit.
infiltrate Kenneth Copeland's empire and
They
expose
done got
the
him.
truth about his ministries. We teamed up with Nate of the religion business, who has dedicated the last few years of his life to exposing people like Kenneth, from standoffs on his private tarmac to uncovering his private hunting grounds.
As you
from the
should.
side of Kenneth Copeland that he has spent his entire life trying to conceal.
Alright, let's be real though. He got donations and opened a whole oil field, bro.
Something you should know before we get
He got money on. They donated money on.
our big dog collection.
Alright, Tommy. Yep. Tight. Wait. What'd he say? We have done our best to present the facts as we see them. However, we make no guarantee to promises regarding accuracy, completeness, or reliability of the information provided. In addition, the views and opinions expressed in the program are those who speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of the positions of the procedures of the program. Y'all are welcome, because I know y'all read slow. You're welcome. I'm Cholo, bro. I love me some Texas, bro. But look at that highway.
Sunday morning in Dallas, Texas. In about 3 minutes, we have a guy named Nate pulling up, who's part of something called the religion business. He's made it his job to bust out the nonsense that's happening in nonprofits and churches around the country and even the world. Nate suspects that Kenneth Copeland is actually a fraudster, allegedly. And that this is a man that we need to investigate, look into, and make sure we understand what is happening with all the money flowing through his church, all the broken promises, and how is a pastor worth nearly $1 billion?
That is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
What is up, brother? Good to meet you.
What happened to the humble below?
I've got a
I don't care no more.
30 by like
I don't care no more.
40-inch map of his property, so we'll block it out. I think. Oh yeah, we have this place down to the roads. I am Nathan Apfel, TV and film director, and my mission is to bring accountability into the religious institutions here in America and the world. I was raised a Christian, like raised in the megachurch scene, and I realized this whole system is a house of cards, and it needs to be
the big
taken
churches
apart
are
and being
definitely
built.
Kenneth Copeland
kind of a
is
scam.
one of the darkest individuals I've ever come across.
Justin Peters is a
Wow.
world-renowned preacher who uses
One
a
of the
deep
darkest.
understanding of biblical scripture to expose the lies of prosperity gospel leaders like Kenneth Copeland. There is perhaps no Christian better suited to be an expert witness on the teachings of Copeland than him.
I honestly believe that Kenneth Copeland is demon-possessed.
I think he started with good intentions, but I think power and money and the ease in which people are manipulated went to his head.
This
Like
is
I said
Sarah.
earlier,
She worked
it
for the
can do that
Copelands
to you.
for years.
It
and
can
after
do
she
that to
could
you.
no longer take it, she chose to leave the church, even though she knew this would mean being cut off from her parents, who to this day still work there.
We were not
Wow.
allowed to talk to him or approach him in any way. He would come in with like fully armed security guards, which is a little weird when you're going into your own business.
Hold up, bro. You is a pastor. He running like he the militant. Resort Hotel, Kingdom Park. Oh, he has multiple.
We've been looking at Kenneth Copeland for several decades.
This is Pete and Barry. They are private investigators who have spent decades looking into Kenneth Copeland, and I was shocked by some of the things they had dug up about Kenneth.
God.
Boss Ole Anthony sat down at breakfast with him in the 1970s. Kenneth Copeland ordered pancakes. He handed them back to the waitress and said, "God doesn't want me to eat cold pancakes." And everybody thought he was joking, and they looked at him, and everybody looked back and forth. He was serious. He was dead serious.
Kenneth Copeland has been raising
Okay,
money
hang
since
on.
the
That's
late
kinda funny.
70s
That's
for
kinda
the
funny.
revival capital of the world, which is this. This is his sanctuary. So for 44 years, no one's ever seen this. This is his original presentation to raise money.
That's all his?
He used
Like
to
all that
mail
land?
this to people, to millions of people in the U.S. and ask for money.
There was never any real plan or any real push to have any of that done.
This is Melissa, another former Copeland ministry employee, and she spent 6 years with the church doing things like admin work, marketing, and ministerial relations.
Kenneth Copeland planned to build 6 things on this property. A ministry facility, which is the church building, the headquarters, his Kenneth Copeland and Eagle Mountain Church's headquarters, a resort hotel, paying members to use, the Kingdom Park, a beautiful park to use, his radio and TV center, and Wisdom Heights, which is a retirement community. So you give to me, and you will be able to live in our retirement community, and all the while, you'll get to come and watch broadcast TVs, our recordings, you'll get to live and enjoy the revival capital of the world.
Part of the
I mean, that's not a bad plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
was
not
actually
nothing
finished.
crazy.
Most of it was
Ain't nothing crazy.
was not.
How are we gonna
But, like,
The main roads here, there's a railroad crossing here. We're gonna come in. This is the main highway.
Oh, we got a plan. Tight.
This is the gate. There's sometimes a police officer stationed here, but the gate's open because there's gonna be a couple hundred people pouring through here.
Do they have this police paid off? Like, are they paying this guy to watch?
They do have private security for the whole property. So we're gonna come right through here. These are all the parking lots for the church. You're gonna walk into the building. So there's a gate right here. So this is the private road. It's a dirt road that runs all the way here,
Damn.
all the way here, around here.
His private airstrip.
Here, and we can either jet down through the tarmac.
Nah,
come
he
around to his house,
ain't using his money how he should.
we can
Or
take
for
the
God,
back
bro.
road and kind of walk through here. But I say we
A
just stick to
private
the
strip?
tarmac.
I didn't even
The
peep
tarmac
that.
it is.
We fly down here, catch that, boom,
Yeah.
get to his house.
Before I went to Copeland's church, I first wanted to donate to him so I could be a paid member and feel like I had a right to be in the places I would be investigating. And as soon as I did donate, he began to send me a barrage of emails. In his very first message, he offered to heal my body, eliminate my debt, and restore broken relationships. What a nice guy. The Copeland sent many emails, and one theme that kept popping up was donations. They used Bible verses to encourage giving with phrases like sow the seed, which really means send them money, and receive your anointing, which is allegedly what happens when God notices that you've donated to the Copeland.
If you sow a seed to Kenneth Copeland, you now have obeyed this divine law that says you will get back what you've given. You've given to a man of God. And so he justifies it because, hey, all believers should be healthy and wealthy.
They also promise to pray for you every single day if you become a partner of theirs, which leads me to wonder, did they turn pay for play into pay for pray? And one other tactic that stands out is what some call strategic generosity.
I don't even know him, but dang, bruh.
You free little promotional items like an audio file from Gloria or a welcome box with their magazine of them in it. And some say that these small gifts are given with the intention that it will trigger a sense of obligation for you to send more money to them. And it's a clever cycle. You give to them to get blessed from God, the Copelands get your money, and somehow faith becomes a financial transaction.
Well, that's kind of crazy.
Get police there.
I bet security is going to catch us before we even get there.
I think we need to change our attire.
I agree. Let's get ready for church.
Wow. Security get them before they even have them in the gate, bro. He got it. Bro, moving like he like the president. Tommy got on shorts, bro. He's such a troll, bro.
At the time, one of the biggest mega churches in the country, Willow Creek Community Church. Thousands and thousands of people in a huge auditorium. There was escalators in the place, restaurant, cafeteria, bookstore, basketball.
I'm not gonna lie. I grew up in a big and small church, bro. Give me a small church any day of the week, bro.
All courts.
Big church ain't it.
It was amazing. I've never had that, like, oh, I have a spiritual connection to God. And so I fell away from the church as I got older.
What do you think it is that makes someone continue to give money to a guy that already has private jets, a 19,000 square foot house?
Same way people watch movies and think celebrities.
The poor and the sick are desperate.
Because people want to believe desperately in the miracles.
This is a way for me to grow my bank balance. This is a way for
that
me
just sounded
to
so
become
fucked up.
richer.
This is Melissa. She's a Christian YouTuber who uses her platform to discuss theology, expose false teachings, and help people spot spiritual deception. Here was her take on Copeland.
What you give, you will get back. And if you can teach people that, if you can shut down their ability to even understand what the Bible actually teaches about it, and their ability to critically think, then that's an easy given. That I believe that.
A lot of people don't critically think already. Subliminal shots.
Morning. If we're trying to get a Bible before the service, is that the Bible store over there? The bookstore?
Oh, the bookstore? Yeah, just go in the main entrance and it's right to your left.
Thank you, sir. So they're a decently well organized unit.
Definitely organized.
We're infiltrating. We're going in.
Because what,
We
bro?
will see you in about 45 minutes. Sir.
Is he just sitting there?
This is the moments we live for in this world.
Dude, this is how years in the making, really. Okay, guys. I'll see you. I'm going to go to the bookstore. How you doing, sir?
Morning. How you doing?
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, normal church stuff. Normal church
Is there
stuff.
a way to buy a Bible right now, or no? Is the bookstore closed? Oh, bummer. Go get my Bible out of the car. I was hoping to buy one here. Thank you.
Top of the morning to you. How are you?
Great. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? How are you?
People seem nice. You know what I'm
Dressed in
saying?
my Sunday best, I went into the service.
I guess that's your Sunday best, bro.
I knew going in that Kenneth had an almost ridiculous amount of armed security. I mean, just look at how they responded to this woman who asked questions about scripture.
Can I ask you, do you think it's always God's will for you to be healthy and wealthy?
Yeah.
So how do you answer 1 Timothy chapter 6 when God says that those that desire to become rich fall into all kinds of temptations?
Actually, I'm going to get you somebody that can answer all your questions for you.
Okay. That's the person you said can help me, security?
Yes.
You don't want to be
Wow.
questioned? Why not Kenneth Copeland? Because
Got
he
him.
doesn't speak to people, does he?
I'm sure he, of course he speaks to people, but that's where they have staff pastors to meet and answer questions.
We're looking
So
like,
we
dang,
went
I need to
in
quit my job.
trying to stay under the radar before we left the church to storm Kenneth's compound.
One of the things that was very much emphasized was the fact that there's cameras around and you've got to watch what you say because people are listening.
Describe the volunteer culture in the
Watch
church.
what you
It
say.
is very unhealthy. I also volunteer
Gonna take away my voice. Come on, bro. Christian.
Volunteered there for a while. I would definitely call it labor trafficking because they expect you to do everything for free and choose that over your actual job.
Love is King, Jesus is Lord. It's exciting. You can't stay, well, that's fine. You can put that in the offering basket. It's not in and of ourselves. Our victory is.
You might be wondering, where is Kenneth? And the truth is, Mr. Copeland is rarely seen preaching at Eagle Mountain these days, and his daughter Terry has more or less taken over as lead pastor.
They used to put out reports that would let their partners know this is what we spend on missions, this is what we spend on employees, you know, that type of thing. And when George and Terry took over, they decided they did not want any transparency at all whatsoever. So even that, even percentages, not even with numbers, none of that is, or at least when I was there, was not available to the public.
As I sat in my chair, maybe I was being too cynical, but it felt like the entire sermon was laced with marketing pitches to get people to tithe, which is the biblical word for giving 10% of your income.
If you'll fill that out, put that either in the offering basket when it comes, put your prayer request on there, and that way we have
put your prayer request there on the
ability to grow in wealth.
Yeah, bro. I done heard it all.
Preachers have more into this weird formula that essentially, if you give money to them, an anointed prophet of God, that it will somehow translate into God then deciding to multiply your income. Now, some of you may have been expecting a bigger auditorium, and what you have to realize is most of Kenneth's audience is watching through TV, hence why they call him a televangelist. And in his church, he had dozens of ushers who also double the security, many of them probably armed, but most importantly, their job was to approach people sitting in the back and bring them up to pack the front of the church. The reason? To make the audience look filled to capacity for the people watching on their TV back home.
The longer
they actually do that. What?
Limiting bathroom breaks. You're not allowed to approach certain people. You're expected to all act the same, dress the same. They expected all the body shapes.
Bro, this is a cult, bro.
Some people, they were poorly representing Kenneth because they were a little bit overweight.
This is a cult using God.
In this nation, we need to know.
Instead of the devil is God.
Quick note, folks, there's something called separation of church and state. One way that churches keep their tax-exempt status is by avoiding direct political endorsements. But here at Eagle Mountain, you see classes aimed at educating their members on how to vote. And Kenneth Copeland himself makes his political leanings pretty clear. Here where he mocks Joe Biden.
The media said Joe Biden's president. Ha ha ha.
And here where he attends a Trump rally.
Alright, bro. Alright. I don't get political at all, and I won't tell my beliefs at all. But that was funny, bro. He said,
Biden's president. Ha ha ha.
I gotta steal that, bro. That's actually funny, bro. That's actually funny, bro. He said, That was funny.
To some, this raises a fair question. Should the IRS be paying closer attention to this kind of activity?
Hell yeah!
People urge people to vote, and they're training people to.
But they worried about somebody like me who gonna have to pay $20 in taxes. Get him.
It's for a certain, generally Republican candidate, but not always. They can't go after that particular organization's tax-exempt status unless they actually have film of the pastor saying on film to vote for actually a person.
We snuck out halfway through the service so we could attempt to infiltrate Copeland's compound while his security team was focused on the people inside the church. Like in some ways, it's a very passionate church service. Their music was excellent. Yeah. But then it almost felt like everything was like an infomercial to like go back into giving. Yeah. Bible verse direct you back into giving.
Yeah. We see in a lot of these preachers is that they'll say, the Lord told me a number of you need to give $1,000, things like that.
Ushers, close the doors. Seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
I don't for a minute believe God is speaking
I ain't gonna lie.
to them like
Somebody
that.
say that, I'm walking out.
Nothing like that.
No,
in
sir.
The Bible.
Nope.
I really
talk your stuff, twin.
To a single sermon by Kenneth Copeland or
my
these
guy,
other prosperity preachers where money is not, if not the focus, at least mentioned.
Churches are not required to file 990s. Some provide a church financial statement or an audited financial statement to the donors.
I know all this. I'm listening.
They'll just have a brief summary and an annual report.
Brother in arms of the Copeland Ministries. Let's freaking get it, okay?
It's gonna be fun, boys.
While everyone else is
they're gonna get caught in like 10 minutes. Watch.
Cover to get in here as deep as we can.
So if you go to the right here, there's an oil platform.
his compound, bro.
Farmland. Who would have thought parishioners were paying for this beautiful farmland off of the? Oh, we got a gate.
Or another way around.
Oh, it's opening.
Oh, boys!
Oh, was the
I
gate
think
just
Kenneth
opened
might
up?
need to raise some money to patch some of the concrete here, the asphalt.
That's so kind of him that his gate opened for us.
Oh, they made it pretty far.
Oh my gosh.
What's the point of having a gate, bruh?
This is almost a billionaire's compound that he's gotten from church money.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, bro.
Enemy lines right now.
Like, just having a private airship alone is already a lot.
Is an independent journalist's dream. I have a hunch it's gonna be like the first three.
No, this one needs a keypad.
So you make it that far to need a keypad, bro?
So,
At that point, it's like,
and wait for someone?
oh, they're bold. Drone footage in all of his house? Oh, nah. Bro, he is living like a king, bruh.
Folks, you should know that on this mega mansion you see, Kenneth Copeland allegedly pays no property tax at all. That's because this house is claimed as a parsonage, which is a property that...
Wait, all right, before he gets into what he gets into. In Texas, there's no property taxes, right? Am I tripping? I'm from Texas. We don't pay. I don't know.
that the church owns and provides for their pastor, which makes sense for most American pastors where the average salary is a modest $52,000 a year, and thereby provides housing for their pastors living a life of sacrifice. But should these tax breaks be used by the ultra-wealthy like Copeland, who for years now has avoided paying what should be a six-figure tax bill? You tell me in the comments.
Have you ever been to his parsonage, the house?
No, I never have.
Has it has many employees?
Not a lot. I think the people in housekeeping, in maintenance and housekeeping, security, all of that. But no,
Obviously
but
security.
the people that go down and decorate for Christmas.
I would assume that the church paid for this, yes.
He has a greenhouse over there, presumably on the church
insane.
side. There's a private hunting ground. This is a
Here's the
playground
hunting
for a
thing
man.
right over
I'm
his
trying to
stuff.
see how this all lines up, because when Jesus walked into a temple and saw that people were buying and selling and making money in the temple, he flipped over the table and cracked the whip and said, "Get out of my house." How is this even possible to interpret the scripture?
Tommy G know his Bible verses, bro. He knows some Bible verses.
Gymnastics it takes Kenneth Copeland and his congregation to correlate Jesus or any of the apostles to Kenneth Copeland is mind-numbing.
Should we call the church and ask the gate code?
It's your first time calling us?
It is, yeah.
So how can I pray with you today?
Oh, I would love to meet Kenneth Copeland. Is there a way to meet him? I was just really praying to be able to sit with him and get some wisdom from him. So I've been praying for a while to be able to meet him. I've reached out to him a few times and he hasn't responded. But yeah, we're at the gate to his house, but it's not open.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure how that works. I think the best thing that you can do is come to the church.
Oh no, we're already by his house.
We're at the there's 3 gates, and ironically the 2 first gates open for us, and I see that as an act of God, to be honest. Like he wanted us to meet him in his house, but just the 3rd
W bait, bro.
Passcode, and I don't have it. Do you have that passcode?
You would have to go to the church.
Oh, okay. We've all become members.
I donated $69 this morning. I'm a member.
That's a big number.
A biblical number.
A troll, bro.
So we've been
A
praying for the
troll,
gate
bro.
code, but apparently
another road, but it'll have the same height.
God's busy right now.
100%.
So we're gonna go to the private tarmac that he has, named after himself, and we're gonna further explore.
Tommy G might be the only person I know who doesn't run around with
discovered there
like
was this
security.
huge
He just be
mansion on the
chilling by
property.
himself. Real.
Church members would call us
Real deal.
when it came out in the news and said, we didn't even know about his mansion on the property. We've had informants tell us that it's got a sweeping spiral staircase like you would see in the old movie Gone with the Wind. It's got a bridge across the living room, and the Kenneth Copeland's closet is approximately 35 feet by 20 feet, something like that. Bigger than most people's living room.
This is just a man's playground is really what we're on right now.
That's gotta be capped. It's no way. It's no way. Like that is
a park, this biblical paradise in a way. They believe in this message that this was gonna be the city for us to come and gather and celebrate Jesus and the Lord and his love and his mercy. But instead, it's just some rich guy's playground. What kind of letters would you get from people asking, they talk about the letters asking for help?
We used to get a lot of like, I can't pay my rent, I just lost my job.
Damn.
Like, here's a copy of my lease. Can you pay my rent for this month?
And how often would he help these people?
Hardly ever. On average, I would touch probably 8,000 pieces of mail a month. I maybe saw 3 or 4 that got helped.
Yeah,
Everyone else is no total.
In the 2.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
We're on Kenneth Copeland's private
Wow.
tarmac.
Wow, he's greedy,
out.
bro. Money to root all evil, man.
From what I've
That's
seen
still
here,
insane
it
to me.
doesn't seem like
That
there's
is
much
insane to me.
distribution. Like you look at the revival capital of the world, what he's been raising money on for the last 44 years, the distribution's all
That is double my age,
Any
bro.
idea what kind of money the church was bringing in through this on
Some
a
money.
monthly basis?
I can't give you like an exact number, but I know
Minimum
they
10K a
did
week.
several fundraisers a
Minimum
year
10K a
that
week.
would reach $10 million. I think last I
What's 10K a
heard,
week?
like Kenneth's personal net worth was like $760 million.
He's had planes since the 70s, and he's had jets since the 90s, and perhaps since the late 80s. But now he's
never
got
mind. That's only
2 private
500,000.
jets.
I ain't nowhere near
They're
what he's
owned
probably
by
touching.
the ministry, and 2 twin-engine turboprop aircraft that are also owned by the ministry.
But the 3 things that he's missing are
the resort hotel for his parishioners.
Do you see that?
Nope. Kingdom Park, which looks like it's got
For
turned
his
into a high-fence
prisoners.
deer hunting range
For him.
for him, and then Wisdom Heights, which is an elderly community for people that donated. And we've heard from people that some parents donated hundreds of thousands of dollars, thinking that they would be able to retire here.
So, do we have any
Hell
proof
no.
that he actually did try and build the hotel or the park or the retirement home?
The retirement community I don't think there's any proof that he ever tried to build that. The hotel, he never tried. I've never seen blueprints. There was never sewer or water or electricity brought into the property to be able to build something like that. The park, there's a Frisbee golf course.
Bro,
raised
his
or
crib is
generated
huge and on the lake.
A Frisbee golf
That house
course,
is
I guess, is a
expensive. That's money, bro.
insane park.
He definitely is like, yeah.
Who are you guys?
We're all tired.
He has this, what's it
We
called?
were just trying to see the parsonage because we've never seen any documents.
He has his
Why are you
logo
out
on
here?
the trucks.
The gates are all open for us. We were just cruising
Wow.
around.
No, you cannot be out here. This is an active strip.
No, it's
You
not.
realize-
We know it's not.
No, this is active.
We,
Got
it has
helicopters,
to be
got-
repaid.
It's active.
Listen, I get you're out here to expose stuff. I get that.
He was
Listen,
supposed to build all this stuff.
I'm aware. Listen, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you are on a private airstrip on private property right now.
Security just doing their job, so I can't even get mad at them.
If you don't leave, you're going to be criminally trespassed by the police. Get in your vehicles and leave now.
No, I want to ask him about the Resort Hotel, Wisdom Heights, and the Kingdom Park. Is the Kingdom Park the Frisbee golf thing up there?
Hey, that's a work in progress. So just don't.
That's a work in progress.
Just a joke to you.
No, I think the joke is a guy.
I like that, Tommy. Like, what you want me to say?
No, I think the joke is a guy pretending.
I love Tommy, bro.
Just a joke to you.
No, I think the joke is a guy pretending to be like the power of Jesus Christ is secretly bawling
It's okay.
while all the promises he made.
It's
seem
okay,
to
it's
not come to
fine.
fruition.
Well, take us to the church and we'll go to the church.
Yeah, just go right out this gate.
We're going to go out this gate, guys, and head to the church. We're going to head to the church.
Who was that? Why is he flying like this? Holy.
Okay, pal. We're just a couple parishioners. Yeah.
Off the property now.
Where's that badge, just by the way?
Off
No, I just want to see, can I see
Yeah, that's gotta be a fake badge.
Off the property.
Whoa, you just flash your gun? We want to see your badge.
No,
You did.
Jack. Crap.
You did.
Get off the property.
No, literally, yeah.
Are you police
What did you
or...
flash at us?
Doesn't matter.
You literally threatened us with your gun, dude.
Okay, look, he's doing it again. That's
No,
crazy.
I'm not.
We're unarmed. You are. Put your
Oh,
gun on.
he is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's that Texas signal right there.
There's literally gates.
Well, that's a
pull
gun
up to
signal,
the
but you
middle.
know. Anyways.
There it is.
How much do you want to bet we rolled the whole
Yeah.
time?
You got it.
Please stop.
What are you? How? Let me ask you.
How?
Really, guys? Seriously?
Yeah.
What are you doing out here?
Look, the church. We're members.
You go to church here?
Yeah. And we're tithe members.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me show my receipt.
Receipt for
I
what?
gave Kenneth Copeland $69.
Okay,
A
great.
considerable.
Okay, great.
The gun was a little nuts.
Well, you know, when I get a call like this,
I'm not gonna lie. Flashing a gun when it's 2 security guards, they have bottles in their hand with other things in their hand chilling. You give somebody a gun, they think they got the biggest cojones in the world.
we got people on here that don't belong out here. That's what I got. So then when I pull up, I got a crowd of people, cameras flashing everywhere. What is going on?
Yeah.
And then you're on the runway.
Yeah.
We'll get out the runway.
We'll meet at the church.
Holy shit. He someone threw his gun on us.
They should speed off some other way.
Yeah, he was ready to
kill someone.
Kill us for Copeland, dude?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Did you just impersonate a police officer?
No, I didn't.
What'd you flash at us?
Shut the camera
What'd
off.
you flash at us?
It is my badge.
Low
for the
key.
job.
Can you show me that?
Badge for the
I
job.
already showed it to you.
But
And
we're
actually,
not.
that's probably more dangerous than a weapon, isn't it?
What? A camera? That's truth.
What? I
No,
know
literally.
Is this another?
Okay, guys.
He said, I
what do
know
you
it
wanna
is.
ask?
We were going with you to the church, but you pulled over.
Yeah, I did. You noticed that.
These are the 6 pillars that Kenneth used to raise
You noticed
money.
that.
The resort hotel
He's a
he
dickhead,
promised,
bro.
he did not build. Kingdom Park, he did not build. He built the radio and TV center. He did not build Wisdom High
Those
School.
people got to be
I'm
getting paid
saying
good.
He committed fraud.
Allegedly. I think of all places you would expect transparency, you would want it in a church. But the truth is, how KCM spends the donations it receives is something only they know, because churches are not
Facts.
required to file the Form 990, which is the
I wonder why
financial
churches
disclosure
aren't.
form that other nonprofits must submit to the IRS. And the religion Kenneth claims to represent features its main character,
to look into
Jesus,
that.
doing things like humbly riding a donkey into town and flipping over a table when men tried making money in the church, leading many to
Hey,
question
I'm done.
in
Hold up, chat. And YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I ain't forgot about y'all on YouTube, man. I know. I love y'all too, man. Shablows. This is real good, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
what way does Kenneth's lavish lifestyle resemble anything
Tommy be doing this
remotely
thing with
biblical?
these.
And furthermore, how is Kenneth allowed to enrich himself while completely being shielded by a tax code that was designed to protect genuine religious work?
The IRS has used 14-point criteria to categorize churches. And in the 80s, they were able to successfully prosecute a number of organizations that claimed to be churches that weren't, because they didn't have a membership that regularly attended the church. And nowadays, the IRS doesn't even want to investigate churches, and so Copeland's ministry is one of those that doesn't file a 990. So nobody knows, his donors don't know what's going on.
How is the IRS not looking into him?
That is a good question. I remember back in 2008, Senator Chuck Grassley attempted to do that. You know, in the United States, we have freedom of religion, and I'm grateful for that.
Yep,
but
facts.
within, underneath that umbrella, you've got a wide berth there. If it's my religion to say, if you give me $1,000, God will heal you of cancer. If you're foolish enough to believe that, well, that's my religion. You agreed to it, so I'm covered. You can't come after me legally. You can't sue me.
So what are you here to do?
Sounds
I'm
like
here to
America's
point out
being
a
some
fraud.
BS, I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that's not going to happen.
Oh, I've got way
Well,
more than this. I've got
I'm
more
sure you
data
do. Then
than...
why are you here?
Because
if
we
you've
wanted to
got
go
everything
see.
you need.
Oh,
why
I don't
are
have
you
everything. That's why I want to talk to George or Kenneth.
here? Okay, that's not going to happen today.
The only people that ever
Please
call me
tell
are
him to
lawyers.
shut the camera off.
I can't. That's his job.
Well, the
That's
next
his
one I'll
job.
offer you to vacate the property.
I'm a paying member.
Yeah, I know. $69 or
No,
whatever
that was
it
Tommy.
Tommy. Okay.
$69.
Whatever.
Yeah, but we pay for it. I can
Even
show you
with
everything.
Charles
I
Lee.
paid $69 to this church.
And as of right now, you guys are criminal trespassing. We've asked you to leave. After this, you guys will no longer be allowed on this property.
For how long?
Extending up to a year.
Up to a year?
A year?
Can we mark the calendar and visit you in a year?
I think they'll mark it for you.
Bro, he
I
is
did
such
find
a
the
troll.
badge and his gun out of stuff. Okay.
I identified myself.
We won't press charges if you invite us back into the church right now.
Really, you're going to negotiate that on camera?
I think that's fair.
On camera? Oh, God.
So hop in your car.
That's real, though. That's
See you
real, though.
next year, guys.
Yep. Take care, Steve.
See you next year.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Well, boys, we got our money's worth this Sunday. I think there's probably a lot of good things that happened at that church. You could tell there was a tight-knit community. There's a lot of love in the air. I'm not taking that away from these guys. What we are talking about, though, is
Kenneth
when there's
himself.
that much money on the line, it's fair to know how that's being allocated, how that's being spent, and why things that he promised to people. Like, there are old ladies at their house that donated absurd sums of money to this guy.
That's so.
And
There
nothing
probably
ever
is somebody
came
who
of
has
fruition. They
donated so
haven't
much
built
and
a
then
retirement home.
now they're broke.
In an effort to get both sides of the story, we've reached out to Kenneth Copeland multiple times for an interview, but similar to Scientology, he typically does not do interviews because the results tend to be disastrous. But in the interest of fairness, I wanted to highlight the
How you
good
know you're,
Kenneth
like,
Copeland Ministries,
guilty.
or KCM, has done. And it was actually harder to find than I expected. I read through their 2024 report, and here were 3 major things that I found they celebrated. They distributed 84 million ministry materials, meaning things like
Tight.
books, CDs, and digital downloads. The report
That's all-
claims that
that's
they
all
brought
their
over
stuff,
7
though.
million people to of salvation in Jesus Christ. And I learned that KCM has very strong ties with Israel and highlights donating surveillance equipment, security cameras, and tactical gear to their Israeli partners. Interesting. And after reading the report, most of KCM's charitable giving seems to be in the form of things like Copeland branded Bibles, sermon audio, and even a Copeland Christmas album, leading some to ask, is this really charity or is this just self-promotion disguised as ministry? I'm here on the scene with private investigators. You guys have been looking into the Copelands for how long?
For several decades.
How do you think he came across the funds to get this kind of stuff?
Well, he already had the property when they discovered that when fracking was invented, and they discovered they had gas underground there. And so they started drilling in about 1995, and were hoping to be self-sufficient.
But do we know what kind of funds he used to buy this? Do you know if it was church funds or otherwise?
He raised funds for Revival Capital of the World in the 70s. Purchased the property.
Charlie, that's so crazy to think about.
He says he got it for a steal. He flew over the property when he was flying back from Oklahoma, and said God told him that's going to be your property. And they discovered oil on it after they owned it.
I heard the Lord. I was looking across there. I heard the Lord say, "See that tree right over there?" And I said, "Yes, sir."
If you're looking at it from his point of view, God surprised him with the oil, why not use it, right?
Bro.
Right.
Anything to add to this oil kingdom we see behind us?
Typically, when you have a nonprofit organization with drilling like this occurring on the land, it would be considered unrelated business income because oil drilling has nothing to do with the ministry of the nonprofit organization. There's a form called a 990T for unrelated business income. It would typically be reported and taxed, but there's a crazy loophole in the law. If the property is paid for, they do not have to report it as unrelated business income.
If we were to look at all the people who have lived since biblical times to now, Kenneth Copeland would be in the top 0.00001% of lavish livers. I mean, there's kings that didn't even live like he does today.
And he uses those scriptures about Solomon, the riches of Solomon, to justify his wealth.
What if it's that same guy as yesterday just comes out and just starts firing?
I think that's the same one.
That had to be the same dude.
That's the same truck.
Is it?
And there's the helicopter right there.
Look at
That's
that.
crazy.
Hey, Kenneth! We need some answers! If you could speak directly to Kenneth, what would you tell him?
I'd tell him, pay your fair share of taxes and get out of politics.
Damn.
Our goal was
Somebody
to storm Kenneth's private jet hangar and climb aboard his luxury aircraft. So we tracked down the place where his jets were stored, and this is what happened next.
Tommy is bold as
his own tarmac to store his jets, but he's using this one right up here. So we're gonna see.
Nah, he's bold, bro. You just got in trouble yesterday, or I don't know how many days he stayed out there, but
permission.
Yeah, we're at the Alliance Airport. There's a private hangar over here that holds Copeland's jet, and then whenever his buddies fly in on their private jets, they're all just racked against this fence line.
This is the place where the famous TikTok clip about Kenneth Copeland speaking like a demon to that lady. This is the famous area.
Since he got a
this
bigger
is where it
plane,
happened.
his main plane can't land on that small of a runway anymore, so he had to move here.
What we're looking at right now is something that very few people in their life will ever even get access to. We're looking at a private airport. This is where the ultra wealthy fly out of. And the thing is, some of those people here at this airport are megachurch pastors. Jesus told people to go out and sacrifice, to go out and give into the people, to go out and struggle and suffer. He had disciples.
Why did they say you don't really believe in Jesus, or like go to church?
That got
Keep
killed
preaching.
for spreading the
Keep
message,
preaching.
living in
Facts.
great discomfort, living a life of sacrifice, living a life that they gave up everything they had for Jesus. You guys tell me in the comments, does that fly with you?
So punny. Is he climbing it? Nah, no way he climbs it.
Check this out, look what we got here. First parking space next to the door, EMIC, Eagle Mountain International Church. So this is where his fancy car parks. He goes in there for his jet. They paid a premium for this spot. How do you people give money to this man? I don't get it. I really don't. The question that comes to my mind is how in God's green earth does someone rationalize making almost $1 billion off the backs of their donors and their own church members when There are so many real issues in the world. Hunger, education, housing, mental health. That's what a church is supposed to do, is to help the community. But instead we have this son of a bitch who is just racking up the income. Again, I'm not calling his members stupid, but I don't understand it. How does it feel speaking right now? And would you say there is a
no critical thinking skills in America no more.
I mean, I'm scared, but I also, that's just how I was raised, and I feel like it's breaking that tie.
Is there a real fear that someone would come after you for speaking out against him?
Potentially.
What is it that you want the people to walk away with after they see this episode on Kenneth, but also the bigger problem of misappropriation of funds within the church community?
I haven't heard him say anything really. I want to hear him talk.
In the religious system in America, but it has all the tools it needs to fix a lot of things too. American Christians are the most generous givers in the world per capita. They give more away to charity than anybody else.
Facts.
So that means that the Christian church has more resources than anybody else. It has more time than anybody else. So here's the crazy part. If reform was brought into the religious sector in America with these religious exemptions, the Christian church has enough resources, just if we stopped most of the theft in churches, to solve the top 30 global social issues, and it would affect no one's bottom line. You could change the world tomorrow.
The Apostle Paul makes an interesting statement in 2 Timothy 3, verse 13. He says that evil men and impostors will grow from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. Both of those dynamics can be at work in the same person. Kenneth Copeland is actively deceiving people. He knows that he has given many, many false prophecies. I would tell Kenneth Copeland to repent. I would say to Kenneth Copeland, Kenneth, I don't hate you.
I hate what you're doing.
What you do.
Yep.
If I could say one thing to Kenneth Copeland, it would be, dude, the church should be the most accountable, transparent organization in the world. It is the literal arbiter and voice of Jesus, or the manifested voice of that. And instead, it's the darkest, shadiest sector in the entire economy.
Folks, as you probably know, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what needs to be exposed about churches and pastors out there. And no one covers this better than Nate and his team at thereligionbusiness.com. And if you use my exclusive code, TommyG74, you get a discount and the ability to watch the entire series of all the work they cover. This is a really important issue, so I highly recommend you go to their website, buy the videos, buy the series, and check it out further. Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you next week.
You gotta make money to do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? So I respect it. Cali cartel operators, Cali catalytic converter thieves. People, that's like the car part. Alright, but anyways, if you made it this far in my video, like, comment, subscribe, you know the routine, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm looking over there. I should be looking at the camera. Like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitch down below. I'm live almost every single day. Help me out, bruh. They trying to change how I go to dental school, bruh. Help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? Just like, maybe send to one friend, maybe two. But yeah, that's it.